This is I think 66 at this point. I know things are moving quite fast in regard to videos I'm making. As I'm going through my videos, I get a chance to to um to see how things are happening with me at the same time. I know that even though in some videos I'm able to express myself better, it's in my head. It's for them to manipulate. But I'm making videos now because I just realized things change in my head so fast. It's in a couple of days, things are gonna be in my brain in a different ways. I've made videos about how they try to make me believe that some people who are adults to make me think of them as underage, right? And you hear a childlike individual say high school, and she sounds like she actually the one sounding like a high schooler, but they're not, right? And for example, one but it's one person they're trying to make me subscribe to be high school, and I'm using this voice, right, this word, because this is what this childlike individual sound like. This is the same childlike. In the morning I'll wake up from a disturbing dream. They start making me imagine in this disturbing pedophilia ways, making me think of little kids in such a disgusting way, making me imagine. And you hear this childlike individual start talking to me via the V2K, as if she's like, and the thing, the sad part about that is like I can't even detest this person because she's such a nothing. And I'm not saying I'm grander than anything, but you just understand she would do anything. You understand she's not somebody who like reality is not her forte. She's not, like she's a child like people. She thinks that this is like a game, and you can hear her in the voice, right? And you can understand that she's enjoying this because it's a moment in her life where she feel like she's being successful in a sense. She's feeling valued, and she has no shame. So you understand there's no level too low for her. So pure imagination of disturbing pedophilia ways. She's gonna be talking, and then moments like that, she go high school when the person she's talking about is older than her, with no shame. So, um, to my target individual, you will have to be very strong because they're gonna try to make you accept things. And matter of fact, I'm gonna call this video con, because every time I put things in perspective, they call it con, right? They want me to be in this level of nonsensicalness, and gaslighting is try to make this person accept this non-reality. And so when you put things in a perspective that's the right perspective, oh, you're a con artist, you're being a con, but we're gonna win. Like these people are truly losers in the sense that the results are going to be the same. This is like you a civilian going against the government, right? And this government has this technology that overrides you. But you hear this grown women and men try to get you to, like, do you understand how obvious these things sound? Obviously, sound like you just try to make me accept this narrative. One example, and I'm gonna, be very specific in the example, because in their mind they want me to be thinking of that way, the way they want me to listen to their narration. I'm coming to see this new apartment somewhere here, and it's like early afternoon, 2 3 around that time. I'm coming back. I'm coming from my current location, coming to a place to look at this new apartment I'm thinking about moving in. I'm walking, and out of nowhere, I hear somebody start saying things like kind of talking BS. I turn around and I see two individual from the back, right? They're about to cross the street. One is a woman, older woman, late 50s, early 60s, holding a baby, a newborn baby who's like maybe 6 7 months old, right, under a year. And next to her, I see this like 5'4", kind of big, not big in a sense, but has somewhat curvaceous young woman, right? She's wearing a like a small, like you know those purse backpack. It's not like a real backpack, but it's like a purse backpack version, right? You can't put a lot of things in it. It's like more of like a little like purse backpack kind of uh uh you know backpack, right? It's you know there's no textbook that can fit in this. It's more like a purse. You put like small things in there. And the older woman who's late 50s, early 60s has a baby. Obviously, that's not the mother of that baby. She's a bit too old to be able to have a baby that young, right? So it's obvious that the mother is the young woman next to her. And I hear her first of all say something to me. She's saying things to be insultive. I turn around, I see them, I look at them. As I'm looking at her, I'm looking at her like up and down. And I see the way she looks. I'm, as I see her, I'm not gonna lie. But this person is somewhat womanly. I'm just trying to be very, uh, respectable in that sense. But she's a perp. And then the mother, the grandmother gives the baby to the mother. So obviously the mother is that woman, right? She takes the mom the baby, and she walks, and they meet somebody in the middle of the crossroad of the street, like a father. Like it looked like the father of the baby, but he looks much older than the woman that's holding the baby. I'm not sure if that's the father of the baby, but perhaps he's the father of the baby. I can, this is based on what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, it's like he's seeing the baby for the first time, something like that. The man is older than me. I'm giving him early 40s, late 30s. The woman, I'm giving her 20, 23 years old. Young woman, young adults. Now, I'm not going to say that, listen, I look at her, they give me a little bit of stimulation, but it's not hard. This young woman she appears to be a young adult, 20, 23 years old. She has womanly shape. So you can create that. I know it's kind of forced, but at least it's a woman. It's an adult. It's okay. It's not gonna be hard to make me, who is forced to have this disturbing perception toward kids. This forced to have this disturbing perception to kids by this disgusting low lives. Now to this 23-year-old young woman, they want me to like they're making noise campaign for me to be scared to say these things because they want me to be like, no, accept our reality, our narration. And me saying this is like, oh, you're gonna get raped, you're gonna rot, you're gonna stop talking about it like this. Listen to our story. Now you are. And they hate this thing. So this is why I'm saying I'm making this videos understanding that these people wants me to live a different reality. So they make me have a little bit of something about her. I'm like, okay, this I don't care. She's a young adult. She's as long as she's an adult, I don't care. Okay, whatever. You can easily create something about it. This is a young woman who's curvaceous, and even though I will not naturally have something that like you will have to work on some like I'm still a straight man who can think of a woman in a sexual way. But this is perhaps a little bit pushed a little bit, but at least she's a young curvaceous woman with womanly features. You can create something there. And she looks like a young 23 year old. Per se, she will not be somebody who will be naturally like feeling this way, but you can make me think this way and I will be okay. It would be something doable, right? But you have to kind of play certain things. Um, but that's something that's possible because of that. So now they're trying to make me think of her as an underage girl. As I'm saying, that's somebody outside in the hallways like they're ready. They're ready because I'm seeing her as the young adult that she is. She is an adult. They want me to imagine as a young adult, as an underage. They're like high school. She has a whole baby with her. She's the mother. The person holding the baby was obviously a grandmother of some sort. She's 50 plus. I'm talking about like 60, 50. Like so obviously she's like, and you can see that now. Why are they able to make me imagine that as an underage or high schooler? Because anybody who can be perceived as an underage, they can make me. So what do I do? Because at this point, if you're 23 years old, if you're 24 years old, in my mind, you can make me think of you as an underage person. As I'm saying that, there's people in the hallway trying to make me, it's like they lie. I'm like, stop. Stop embarrassing yourself. There's no torture that's gonna make me subscribe to it. Let me show you what I have to do to remind myself what a 20 something year old looks like. I have to go on some dating app because anybody, anybody who's maybe under 29 years old can be make me they can make me think of them as an underage. So let me show you what I do. Okay. As I'm saying that, you hear all kind of things. They'll rape you. They'll do this and that. They'll do that. Because what I do to put things in perspective and what they want me to they want me to live their fantasy. Now, I have literally it's crazy. This right, you see the age. This is a list of people who's 20 to 25 years old. You see how they look. This is a 24-year old. They can easily make me think this person is 16 years old. Easily. This is a 26-year old. In my mind, they can make this person look like a high school kid. Easily. Easily. So for me to put things back in perspective, I look at, okay, what does a 20, 25 year old looks like? Let me show you a better picture. Hold on. This is a 26-year-old. Do you know how easily they can make me think this person is underage? They can do that all the This is a 24-year-old. Do you know how easily I can be? So this is what they do. Anybody like that, because my man, as a 30 plus year old man, I'm looking at, if they really play around, they can make me imagine them as an underage. So this is what I have to do to myself to put things back in perspective. Can you understand how sad it is? And then now what's happening is what they're doing is going to my memories and now try to make the appearance of this person look underage even more. Like try to make them younger to create a more perception. They literally made me, and I had to write down what they were doing. They're making me imagine them because this is she's kind of big, and she gave birth to that baby. She's the mother of this child. She's bigger. She's a young adult who's a mom. You can see physically that she gave birth. They're trying to make me imagine this. I have neighbors that are like underage kids of all sorts. They try to make me perceive them as these kids. Now, this woman is a young adult woman. I'll give her like around the same age of this 23, 24, something like that. Of this of a baby. Now, the reason why I make this story, I'm making the reason why I'm telling this is because you have people who have no shame to just bluntly look at you as like, nah, she's high school, and you look at them as like, you are high school, you look like a kid, you for sure. Try to talk about somebody who's older than you, try to make her. And so me, I have to go back into like, what does a somebody in 20 something years old look like? If 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 somebody like that passed by me, they will be high school easily. And this, and to be honest, it would be harder for me to perceive this person as somebody who's an adult. It would be super hard. It's just crazy, and I have to go through, like people like this. I don't know if you can, but if any of these people pass by me, high school, and it's crazy. So I'm forced to see them. If I perceive them in any ways, if they try to, it's done. They're gonna try to create some sexual thing. And just because I've seen, like, let's just say this young adult is 20 something, I can see, I see her body. She's somebody who has curves, but she's not. I would not be like, oh my gosh. But I can see they can go and try to create something. Not to say she's bad, but I'm saying like me, if it was me around her age, 25, 26, I'll be, oh yeah. But now I'm looking at her. She's like, it would not be like. But they can force me to have the. They can, like, it's just. They, and this is the things they do. So I have to put myself back in reality. How does somebody in her age group look like? 20 to 25. And then I have to, okay, that's why they can say high school and like my brain can go there. Look at them. This is a 24. I swear to God, if this 24-year-old passed by me like that, they could make me think even middle school. My brain could just, for sure, high school. So you gotta understand, this is how crazy things go with me. This young woman, young adult woman, has a child, has a grandmother there. Obvious, and at one point they were trying to say, but she's short. She's like 5'4". Like what? They tried to make her height. She's short. She's a 5'4". Now this is and it's that. And as every time they try to make me think, because now they make me think, okay, she's curvaceous. She has curves. She's a big set, but with curves, right? And so they make me think of that, which is not that hard. I mean, I'm still. She obviously has curves. She's so, you see, and I'm like, I'm never gonna subscribe. And they're like, no, high school. They just try have infancies, like as if now she's an adult young woman. You want me to imagine her as underage, just like you would do that if anybody looked like they could be. You can make me imagine them as that. You know she's an adult. I know she's an adult. You want me to imagine otherwise? And that's that. Now is she young? Yes, she's too young for me. Too young, meaning like 22, 23. That's not something I can. I'm okay. I can't do that at this age. That's not my age range. If it was younger, yes. Too young for me at this point of my life. But an adult, yes. You understand? I can see that. I can say that. But she's an adult. You want her to be in the underage. Now, target individual, they want you to accept these perceptions. Not even perception. They these memories, this falsify narrations. They want you to accept this. You have to be strong to understand. They don't have no shame. They can say things in front of you. People, actually, kids will like, they're high school. You look at her like you are high school. You are the kid. She's older than you. There's people like much older. I'm like, they have no shame. Look at you. You're a kid. Doesn't know high school with no shame. So this is these people. That's what they do with absolutely no shame. And for me, they're like, oh, but you say you think her, and please, um, excuse the graphic of what I'm gonna say. Oh, you think she has a big behind? Well, to be honest, this is a fact. This is not something I'm gonna lie. She's a a young adult with that. It's true. But me, I'm okay. Too young for me, and to be honest, it's not to the point where for me I would be like, oh my gosh, no. But I'm not gonna subscribe to this false reality they've created. You're too young to for me, as in you're too young of an adult. Too young of an adult. You're too young, even though you're an adult. And you hear the noise campaign try to make you feel like make you subscriptive to these things. No, I don't want to be with somebody who's 22, 23 years old. No. Now, please understand, I know people much older than me, and I think the father of this child, if that was the man that was there, he was definitely older than me, which is kind of scary because this man is close to 40 years old or so, or late 30s, and he's probably the father of this baby that she gave birth to. So to see this is crazy. Now, maybe she's older than what I'm thinking. Perhaps that's why. But it was gonna. But they can make me imagine anybody, and they're gonna continue. Who else can they make me imagine as somebody underage? They're doing their best to make me subscribe to these things, and I'm not. They've done it to some of. If I say the things they've said to who they said it will be ridiculous. They have no shame, and they were like high school. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like maybe 10 years older than the person who's saying that. It's they have no shame, no shame, zero. Anybody in the 20, even if 30 some, if they're 30, but they're gonna do that. So to all my target individual, you gotta be strong to know who you are. That's why I get on I make my videos on YouTube because I want to make sure that not only to all my target individual, you know yourself, you know who you are. They are trying to paint you as something you're not, but understand who's painting you as this thing. Are the same people who have day in and day out manipulate your brain to be stimulated. Kids, actual babies, actual people who are a trillion mile away. You'll know these are kids who force you to have dreams of all kind of children. Those are the people trying to tell you who it is. And then when you refuse to subscribe to it, oh, you're gonna get raped. You're gonna be tortured because they're gonna use a tactic of fear to get you to accept this so you can accept this. They're not warning you for that. They're just telling you you go. That's proof because this is going to happen to you. No, it's because you want me to start subscribing to this, and you're gonna use fear. Do you not understand that? I know that you've done that. They have done these things where they force you to be stimulated to kids as young as imagine. No, there's no age like all these 10-year-old kids, 9-year-old. They force you to get stimulations. So you think these people who are doing this to you with this young of kids, if they're gonna make you think however they need you to think to accept this thing, there is no law. So if there's somebody in their early 20s that can make them, they're gonna do it. If there's somebody they are gonna try to get you to subscribe to it, from the babies to the teenagers to anybody who even looks like a, they're gonna try to create this narrative. This is how it goes. I know who I am, and I know what they're trying to make me subscribe to. You hear all kind of noise campaign. They're trying to get you to accept it, and then it's funny right now they talk about. So what about those who like late teen or oh my gosh, this is even the worst because now they're like, oh, because there's some obviously you can't even tell because they're like they can either go 17 years old or like 19 years old, right? That age. Now you have to even become now a freaking scanner. You have to figure it out because they're gonna mess with you. They couldn't even figure it out. But you gotta figure it doesn't even matter if you're interested in that individual. But because you don't know you can't tell the age, they're gonna just oh you see, they are they are and they use these childlike people who have no shame. Oh they are. To them it's a game. They are. And so to all my target individuals, know yourself. Be strong. For me, this example was kind of easy because I look at her as like, okay, yeah, I can give you, if I have to guess, 20 to 23 years old. You're the mother of that child. This guy, like, it's just like, okay. But this case is where it's like, I don't know. Like, I'll give you like 17 to 19. I can guess that. Like, I'm- and then it becomes even more of an issue. But even somebody who's 30 years old, if they can make you imagine her as underage, they will try to make you subscribe to it, and they'll have people in the hallways try to really try to make you subscribe. But they no shame, no self respect, huh? Zero self respect right now, with almost zero self respect. I wish I could record them talking. So I will continue to put things in perspective, and they're like, "Oh, we proved it." No, you are in a program that manipulate the brain in these nasty ways. You want me to subscribe to this thing because you do these nasty stimulations to kids or even people who look like kids. So when it's a young adult where I have to go like this and they call me con man every time I do this, they will make this 26-year-old be an underage if I didn't know. This is the worst. If this is a 24-year-old, if for sure this one I would be I wouldn't even guess that age. I would probably guess like much younger than that. This will if oh my gosh, the day I see somebody who looks like that, who's that, oh my, they will do some terrible things to me, because I even looking at her, it's like, oh my gosh, she looked like so young. But my point is this is how they mess with you. And they be like, they are high school with no shame. So you gotta know, in this circumstances, at least I'm more confident due to the way she looked physically, the fact that she has a child, the way like the way she was, who she was going to, like, it's just, it looks very much into the age of 20 to 23, even maybe older, right? I'm saying I'm going low over the age, because if they say, okay, she's 25 years old, I wouldn't be like shocked, but I'm guessing between 20 and 23. But the interesting part is the guy that quote unquote looks like he's the father looks older than me, and that was like, oh, he looks a little too old to be like her father, and the father of the baby, and it looks like she and it looks like he's the father of the baby, right? And so now it's that I have to put things in perspective. Now they try to make me imagine him to being the father of the woman, of the young woman. He's not the father. He looks more the father of the baby. And it's kind of scary to see that this man is a little too old to be the father of the baby. And I'm pretty confident that this woman is between 20 to 24, not even go higher. And the way I'm able to put things in perspective, I'm saying that they try to make me imagine the other way. It's because when I see this, right, 24 years old, 24 years old, this, 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 you understand? This is just ridiculously young looking. It's just this 26 years old. That's why I'm like, that's what I'm sure. So to all my target individual, whatever manipulations, whatever narrations, be strong. Do whatever you need to put things in perspective. These people are gonna try to gaslight you. I have grown men saying you're strong. Grown freaking men. Grown men, because they're part of this program. They're supposed to brainwash me into subscribing to that. I'm just so thankful I didn't have to live that life. I couldn't respect myself saying, you're strong. Oh, you're strong. Wow. So to all my tag individuals, please, please stay strong. Know who you are. Do not subscribe to them. They have no shame. They will say anything. They will look at a 40-year-old woman and say, hey, she's high school with no shame. And they say, oh, you get knocked out. Okay, I get knocked out. You sold your soul to pedophiles. Now you want me to subscribe to your pedophilia stuff. And you have no shame. You have no dignity. Try to make me imagine anybody to be on just because you want me to accept these pedophilia things you do to me. Low life pedophiles. Death comes to all of us. I'm gonna die in fear, in sufferance, but thank God I didn't die in these humiliating ways of living life. Thank you, God.